Hey, this will be a video chart on TDGI, Target Developmental Group Incorporated. Done this one a few times and want to get it up here again as it's not really making a lot of noise in terms of a bunch of hoopla, but it's more kind of gone into a little silent assassin mode where since basically early April, after it came down here and put in this nice doji candle, has quietly and slowly been creeping upwards. You see nothing gigantic in terms of volume. This was not a ninja move right here. All sorts of people were talking about it during this, part of the chart. But then since this day here, it's been slowly creeping up. Volume hasn't been anything insane, just kind of nice and steadily increasing, but nothing like that where it's kind of like a cannon going off. So I just want to get it updated again since it's made some moves past some nice areas and kind of map out where the future battlegrounds will be. First thing to point out, one question I'm getting is, what's the overall support? What's the key thing to watch for? And that is this purple line here, which is the 50-day simple moving average. If you look at ever since it came to life back here in early December, it's essentially bounced off it quite a few times. At some points, didn't quite hit it. For example, here, it didn't quite get down there, but pretty close. Made a move here. It did hit it. Here, hovered right along it. And then once more here, didn't quite hit it, but I got close enough to show that this is an area of support. So the 50-day simple moving average, and I know there's lots of people in this that are playing it for the long term, playing it based on the overall chart. The 50-day is going to be the key area of support because really, if this one falls, then your next key moving average isn't all the way down here. But as history has shown, since the chart's woken up, the 50-day simple moving average has done a very good job of holding. So that's the key overall support that you want to keep your eye on and make sure that it holds. Now, in the short term, the one area of support that ideally we want to see hold now is this line right here, and I'll explain why in a second. Let me change that to green. Now, if we look back through the history, here, it was a resistance. You can see that multiple times the price tried to get above it, but it just kept hitting its head over and over again. However, on this day, it weakened it up a little bit, and then here was eventually able to close above it, and that's where it became a support level. Resistances become supports, basic technical analysis. And then from there, you can see it back tested it a few times, and then has now been pushing upwards. So right here at 0.046, this is kind of a shorter term support level where ideally you would like to see it hold. If this short term move right here, basically that channel, if that's going to continue, then this line is going to need to hold. Now, if it doesn't, does that mean you should sell and freak out? No, I'm not saying that, because remember, we still have the 50-day down here. But if you were to ask me what level would you ideally like to see hold, it would be 0.046 based on it being kind of a little miniature breakout point here where the price is then since pulled away. Now, on the other side of the coin, let's talk about some resistances. The next price target, and basically, and I say price target because it's the next resistance, is going to be up here at 0.054. Once again, why there? Well, if we look back in kind of mid-March, you can see that multiple times the price was flirting up around this area. It did break above it, but for the most part, lots of price history right around this area at 0.054. And then after that, the next resistance isn't up until here. It's 0.06, and then from there, I'll just have to come back and get the chart updated again. But I'm not going to go any further than that. One step at a time, one day at a time. But overall, stock's really been making a nice little ninja move up here, nice and quietly, and we'll see if that continues or if we start to get some big volume bars like this, which will make it not so subtle anymore and bring some more eyes to it. But overall, good looking chart, both on the long term and short term. So we'll see next week if we can get up here and give this 0.054 a test, or if it'll be spent kind of doing another little consolidation. If there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setup, straight ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something for everybody, and it's all free. We've been making some good money together on the picks, so I'd encourage you to sign up and at least give it a try. One last time, this was TDGI. Thanks for listening, and have a good weekend.